All
right. Welcome to another episode of Free Game or TDN. I'm your host, T. Cool. On my right, I have Lus.
Mr. D, you know your favorite light skin.
It's your boy Antho B, the smooth operator.
Y'all heard him.
I had to lick my lips when I said that.
Alright, now we have a special guest in the building, basically for her cast, her team.
Oh yeah.
You can't say a special guest.
Yeah.
I see when I said cast, the team.
You said a first, so you gotta start off plural.
Let me rephrase that.
There we go.
We have a special guest.
You still did it wrong. We have some great people in the building today.
He said the same word.
Same words.
Plural.
Yeah. Y'all don't mind me. I'm kind of goofy. Anyway.
I think that's a Henny talking.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm only 12.
Ladies and gentlemen, would y'all please introduce yourselves?
Yeah.
I am Sonya D. Gooden, and I play the character Mika and Lil Mayne in the Knuckleheadz.
I am Kiara Cruz. I play Miss Lady, which I am the lead character's girlfriend in Lil Mayne and the Knuckleheadz.
Okay.
I'm Christian Zarain, and I am Lil Mayne.
Okay.
He put some emphasis on it.
Right.
I am Lil Mayne.
I am the man. I got you.
This is your movie.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My name is Byron Cherry, and I play the role of Sharp in Lil Mayne and the Knuckleheadz, one of the drug dealer's henchmen.
You sell dope, bro?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Never labeled you that.
Never
Professor or something.
Depends on the role.
That's cool.
Right. Be a hustler.
That's what's up. Nothing wrong with that.
Good acting.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I mean,
Okay, never mind.
From an acting standpoint.
right, we don't judge, bro. We don't judge here.
My name is Kaylon Teamer. I play Red in Lil Mayne. Red is your very typical dope boy in the movie. You know, he's very cutthroat. He sells it, and he's really trying to figure out if he wants to live that lifestyle or not.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
I want to see this.
You really.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a character arc, right?
Dope man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is this? Like, what are we speaking on? I mean, obviously I heard the name, but like, what is it? Is it like a play or?
It's a movie.
I know
It's a film.
It's a feature
A
film.
full length film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Camera, a drama.
Details,
All
please.
that.
Details, please.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a feature film. It's based around Lil Mayne, of course, and his group of friends, and basically it's telling the story of how he is dealing with the life issues that he has at home. Of course, you know, you can't pick your parents, but his dad is a drug dealer, a big drug dealer, and his mom is fighting between him pushing to make a better life for them outside of the whole drug story, and their son is extremely smart. So his friends really look up to him because he sees the brighter side of things, even though he's in the situation that he's in. So you see how he plays the part in his home amongst his parents, and then amongst his friends, they look up to him because he is pretty much the voice of reason amongst his friends. But, you know, he has these other things going on in his surroundings. So it's fighting against that versus pushing towards a better life.
So this seems very relatable. It almost, I hate to say it, but it almost sounds like the average young black man too.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, in fact, I believe the director, Brian Burns, who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight, he's under the
Right.
weather, based it on his experiences working in the ministry and then working in social work. And so Lil Mayne and his friends the Knuckleheadz are kind of a composite of various people that he interacted with or mentored over the 10 to 15 years that he did that. And so many of the things that happen in the movie actually happen in real life,
So it's
but
based
not
on
to the
true
same
stories.
level.
Yes.
Based on several
Based
true
on-
stories.
okay.
Real life
Okay.
events. Yes.
Yeah.
Not your typical, you know what I'm saying, you know, hood movie or whatnot.
Right.
You
No,
know
I
what
get
I'm
it.
saying? Yeah.
Trust me, I get it. So who plays the girlfriend again?
I do.
All right.
Oh,
Are there
that's
any
me.
nasty scenes? I just want to know.
Well,
Y'all always been.
Inquiring
And
minds.
that's not
I expect you to come from London.
This is a PG-13 movie.
PG-13.
We're for the kids.
Yeah,
The only
Lord,
thing
Lord.
crazy was, cause Kanan, he threw it off. He did like lick my face. Like
That's
he
normal.
crazy.
A lot
Like
of bees.
Okay.
A lot
That's
of
normal.
bees.
50 Cent?
well, his it's Cayenne, right?
Cayenne,
Sorry,
okay.
Cayenne. Think about Cayenne.
Tommy
yeah.
and Ghost on there.
No, Cayenne.
Also Arabic for Kane.
Yeah.
Trader.
Well,
That's one of my
it takes the underlying basis of Kane, a character of Kane that's like a traitor, you know.
Yeah, see, and that's my part when I come in, cause it's like I figure out what's going on, but I'm not feeling it. Like that's my man, but I'm like, dude, you snitching and you know, like we don't rock like that, you know.
Like a real girlfriend would in the hood.
So basically, no spoilers.
You gotta snitch.
She cutthroat. She ride for him.
So
How does this
Yeah.
all fit into a PG-13 movie?
Well, it's PG-13 because it is centered around the kids. It's showing you what they're facing, their adversities, what they're going through in their everyday life. You know, what kids do. You know, but they can either become a victim of their environment or they can make choices to do something different. So, you know, they don't always have to do what they see or imitate what's done at home. So it's showing that they can branch into other outlets to get out, or some, you know, either choose to stay in it. So you can be a victim of it, or you can survive it and go beyond that. So that's basically what it's showing. Now it does have comedic relief. It is extremely funny. So, but it does have its serious moments to show you what happens when you're in that type of element. So,
But we also, I mean, Brian, I think, was very diligent about staying within the bounds of the PG-13.
Right.
So even though there are adult themes, you know, we don't show everything that New Jack City or
Right.
Sugar Hill or, you know, other movies would show. So we stop shy of that. So
Right.
talk about those things, but you don't see them on screen.
exactly.
So it's like a coming of age.
Yeah, it's like
Very much
we give you the illusion and you use your imagination about what happened. So, you know, it's along those lines. It's like touching enough for you to get the gist of it, but then it's like moving on to, you know, the next phase of what is taking place.
Like a
So-
long form PSA.
Something like that. I mean, the director was very cognizant about even the language.
Right.
So, you know, these are drug dealers and these are kids in
Exactly.
high school, but it's far cleaner. The language they use is far cleaner
Follow
than
the
the
guy
actual.
Exactly.
Like PG,
Correct.
PG-13 to like a certain
Correct.
extent, you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys been acting, if you don't mind me individually asking?
Well, I have been doing acting since I was in middle school. I did it in high school, did UIL competition, but I pursued it professionally in 2013. I started out in theater doing stage, and then made the choice and decision that I wanted to transition into doing film. So when I decided that in 2017, this was my first audition for a film, and I got the lead role. So, you know, it's just transitioning into that. So I started doing a couple of other films that have been done in Houston, did Pipe Dreams, also with Kiata's using that as well. And getting ready to do another film in Houston soon. So I have other things going on in the works. So
Okay, so well, I've been acting for about 10 years. Been doing it professionally, love it.
What do you love about it?
What do I love about it? I love being able to be a different person. I love being able to get a script and develop a character that's completely out of my range, that's completely different from who I am.
Does it release stress at
It
all?
relieves stress, but it's also an outlet. I honestly feel like I'm on a whole nother planet when I'm acting. You know, it's a different mind space. And I'm a writer as well. I just finished writing 8 episodes of my web series that we will be filming in March. Leading role, I will be on the ticket and the credits. So yes, and I'm a momager. I have a daughter that's an actor, a son that's a dancer and an actor.
Say the word again.
A momager.
Momager.
I manage my
I
career
like that.
and my 2
Okay.
kids' careers as well. So
Gotcha.
baby, this is a family affair.
Okay.
We getting that paper together.
Family hustle. Nothing
Family
wrong
hustle.
with that. Lil Mayne.
Hello.
So I've been acting since the 5th grade, so kind of late compared to the previous 2 ladies. But
Cute.
I love it. I love it. It's fun, and I can also serve as, you know, a leader, and I can inspire not only my younger siblings but people around me, because I've seen a lot of kids my age and like this movie go the wrong route or do the wrong things, make the wrong choices. But when they see someone like me, you know, I'm doing positive things. I'm showing others what they can do and what they shouldn't do. And I realize how important that I am to other people, because a lot of people, you know, they tell me, hey, keep doing this. I enjoy seeing this.
Yes.
So the acting, I really enjoy it because I'm not doing it for myself, but I know I'm doing it for others. And that's also what this movie shows.
Yeah.
Well, like others, I've been acting or performing in some way, shape, or form since elementary school. You know, acting in the school plays, singing in the choir, you know, dance, fraternity, step shows, you know, all of that. I've been doing that. Acting professionally, I only started 3.5 years ago in summer of 2015. And so I've had some number of opportunities in that time. Lil Mayne was actually the first feature film that I booked. So my first feature film role as well. I did not get the lead. I was out of age range for the lead anyway. But no, it was my first opportunity to be on a feature film set and work on a feature film. But I've done some short films in that time and some other work.
What fraternity are you in?
Omega Psi Phi.
Okay. Because at work they call me Big Brother Gooch Almighty.
This guy.
Big Brother Gooch Almighty.
Affiliated with an organization, or they just call you that on general principle?
That's just his
Oh, I see.
That's just the name they gave him.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't acting at first. I was actually a rapper when I went to high school, but that's where I started at. And I met an actor there, and he was just like, you know, you should do it. You know, I just did it, and I just ran with it. You know, so I went to, like, you know, doing featured extra on Naked on Netflix, and then after that, then I booked another role for a movie that's coming out in February 14th called Battle of the Angels. I'm a feature in there, and I just kept going with it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
sounds like you're on a come up, so.
Yeah, I'm just truly blessed and thankful, you know what I'm saying? Just that, you know, have a mother in your life, you know, somebody that actually would like motivate you and like keep going, because you know a lot of parents, they like, man, don't do it, go to college, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I didn't pay attention to none of that. I just was like, you know, if I believe in myself and, you know, I believe in God, you know, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
I'm gonna get to there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Can I get A-balls?
A-ball?
I can give you a round.
Lil Mayne. What Lil Mayne working with?
I'll rap any day. Yeah, I don't know what A-bars is, but I'll rap for a real long time. Spit.
So you spit a 16.
I don't know what that means, but somebody give me a beat.
Come on, Christian.
Boy, Lil Mayne.
Can you be explicit? Can you be explicit?
Hi.
They call me Chris C. You know I'm on the beat.
Yeah.
Adding my lyrics. I'ma move your feet. Everybody know that I got them beat.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about,
Yeah.
I don't really know. Sitting in my chair, that is a door. And I got my feet on the floor.
I'm about to go off the dome. Cancel that don't need a clone. I mean a cone. Me and broke niggas don't get along. Still freestyling on the song. Man, it's instrumental. What's a pistol to a pencil? I'm so out of this world. Spend like a couple stacks. I can probably buy you and your mama and your girl. Hey! Got an old lady. Yeah, she's still choosing. I ain't got a gun, but I probably got a Uzi. Probably go to Whataburger. Give me a damn smoothie. I'm in the house watching the movie. Still going off. my goddamn dome. Beating on the table. We just made a song.
I'm definitely about to drop the video to that one.
Yes,
You'll
sir.
definitely see an edit of that one. So real quick.
Watch out for the
I hate to be the one to get back to business, but real quick, I know your time is limited. So my daughter actually wants to pursue acting. Right? She wants to be an actress. I was a little disappointed when she told me her favorite actress was Raven Simone. But hey, she's young. You know what I mean? She's young. Yeah. All right. So, what tips or advice do you have for someone trying to get their child?
One at a time.
Whatever.
Coming from my mom, the best thing, my mom and my dad, is support. That's
Right.
all you have to have
Facts.
is support.
Right.
Facts.
Tell them they can do it, even if you feel like they can't do it, because later on those skills will come to them. Because
How much does
the
support
experience.
Free. It's free.
I can't
That's
afford
supportive.
support.
You should
I can't afford that. If it's free,
If it's free, I can afford it.
You
Write it out, bro.
You should teach your kids to be self-motivated. Self-motivated.
Right,
Because
right
you
on.
know everybody has to go at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So if you store that self-motivation in them, they won't be, you know what I'm saying, people like to depend on people in this
Right.
world. You know what I'm saying?
It takes a lot of the guesswork.
Yeah. Which is okay, but it's like you gotta be self-motivated, especially in this type of line of work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got people say no.
All the time.
You travel,
Makes sense.
all that gas money, no. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
It's
if
an
they
investment.
self-motivated,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, they'll keep running, they'll keep going. You know.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna come in on. I'm sorry.
No. Go
That's what I was gonna tell you. Like, also, with all of that is great, but it's an investment. You gotta the classes. You gotta master. She has to master her craft.
Right.
For her to be taken serious, she has to master her craft. She needs them classes. Anything free, anything she can learn from free in school right now.
Right.
Any acting, drama, theater, take it.
Take it.
Anything free that you can get her in right now to this day that can teach her how to master her craft, do it. And also, you're gonna have to come out the pocket, headshots. You're gonna have to just be willing to invest in her to make her the best she can be.
Facts.
Because it's a grind. It's a grind.
And
My kid can't do this.
Facts.
Y'all still paying for stuff.
every opportunity that she gets treated, you have to make sure that she treats it as her last opportunity, because you never know when you could get another one. So
Facts.
so every job, every interview like this one, you treat it seriously and important, and you get the information that you need, you learn, and you just develop from it.
And don't always be so money motivated, because if you love it, you're gonna want to do it. Because we always not gonna get paid. You know, 'cause the money gonna come. Because I'm gonna be a millionaire real soon. Y'all remember I said that? I'm so serious. Because I've been grinding, but it's gonna come. But you have to work towards it. Some people do get it easily. You can go to sleep and wake up, Cardi B. But a lot of us gotta grind for it. And you got your baby young. How old is she?
She's 11.
You better now. Right now.
Cardi
I have
B
a
was
16
That's literally when I
14 now.
started.
couple other things. One, I got this advice from an agent who dealt with children as well as adults.
Not like R. Kelly.
No, dealt with them as in professional.
Gotcha.
Dealt with them professionally.
You get a little crazy.
I understand.
We don't need help out of here.
Yeah, okay. That's like dealing with children. You gotta watch that.
In an above board professional sense.
Okay.
12.
And she said, first and foremost, really, the child has to drive the train. It has to be his or her desire.
Yes.
For a couple of reasons,
Facts.
because that existence is very different than the existence of the run-of-the-mill child. They're going to miss play dates, they're going to miss birthday parties, they're going to miss parties.
It's almost like they're starting their job early.
My kids are
Exactly.
homeschooled now.
Exactly.
They're homeschooled now just because hey, Tyler Perry, we on our way to Atlanta. Like, I'm not playing any games. Like, you have to be that serious about this craft.
Because
That's what you want.
it's a job, and the opportunities present themselves during the work day
Right.
and during the school day.
Right.
So not many schools are going to say, "Oh, you're going to leave for 3
Right.
hours or for 5 hours to drive to Austin
Exactly.
and come back."
Exactly. Or you're gonna get truancy.
Right. And so they have that. So
Your ass gonna be in jail.
they have to.
I'm scared of
They have
truancy.
to be the ones who really want to drive it. As much as it might be your dream, it needs to be theirs. It's not your dream for them. But then the other part is, to the point that you were making before, is that the learning the craft and that resilience will sustain them through the nose, right? And starting at 11. It's one thing if you start at 3 or 4 and you don't know any better about what the no's feel like.
Right.
But if, it drives a lot of people out of it, of whatever age, that there are far more no's than there are yeses.
Yes.
For every one Lil Mayne that I booked, you know, there were 50 where it was like you don't hear anything. And you know, not, sometimes you don't even get a no. Your no is when you see the finished product.
I know, right? That's your no. Like, oh.
Yeah, like, okay, I guess I didn't book that because I don't see myself on television.
I got a
and
question.
to piggyback on that.
Okay, go ahead.
Piggyback on that. I wouldn't say you would like you have to like spend money to. It is an investment, but it's like you got a lot of schools out here and a lot of scams out here are meant for that. You know, for you to go through that process so they can take your money and say they're gonna give you these jobs and stuff like that. And I really prefer kids and young adults be, you know, self-teach yourself the acting skill. That's exactly what I did. And look, you know, I'm on the radio, you know. So
Look at me.
I'm not here on TV.
Yeah, I know.
You guys have really made it now.
Yeah, no training or nothing. No training or nothing. It's just like me just getting my favorite movies and just, you know, looking at those actors and stuff and just studying the scripts and just becoming the characters and just going in auditions and just landing and failing, you know.
I will say this about it. If it's something that she absolutely loves and you see that she has it, take her around those elements and see how she gravitates to it, see how she adapts to it. And if you see that it's something that she really has the passion for, then yes, invest in her, invest in it and push, because I really wish that I had to push at a younger age than what I have now, because I feel like I will be a lot further. Because more than anything, a child will push hard when they see that they have their first support system behind them. If their dad and their mom is behind them, it makes them push even harder because you let them know that you believe in what they want to do. So even if it's not what you have the outlook for them, if it's what they want to do, support what they want to do. And then you have to let them be coached. Let them be trained. If you can find people that can coach and train them, let them do that. And then, because like he said, there's so many more out there that they have to compete against. So you have to let them get that coaching and training, and you'll never stop getting coaching and training. Even the best get coaching and training. Because you always have to cultivate the craft and the gift. And then learn the business side. Please learn the business side. Don't just think it's all about I'm getting in front of the camera. You better know how to read a contract. You better know what you're getting out that contract. You better know what part in it that you're getting. So, and then if they're going to become SAG, learn about it. Do your research.
It's a real business.
Research these agencies.
You're not paying.
Don't let the casting couch get the best
You gotta
of you.
do research. You have to, if people come and say, oh, I want to represent your child, search them. Who have they put out? Who are they representing? What have you done? Before you come saying you want to take my child off in the wilderness somewhere and whatever.
And so if they get involved as children, recognize that it becomes a family affair whether you want it to or not, because somebody's got to drive the child to Austin or to Dallas or fly with them to Atlanta.
It's your time just as well as their time. Like, you know, you may have to take off work. Like I took off plenty times just, and it could be a lot of times you might go and it might be a bomb. It might be a waste of time, but just think this is another learning lesson. You know, you got to get something out of everything.
Exactly.
This acting industry, it's a lot. I mean, if it's not your hobby, if it's what you do for real, like us, like I live, breathe, eat, sleep acting. Like I does this.
Speaking of which, guys, could you inform us of some pros and cons of the business? Maybe things that we're not privy to.
Sleep deprivation.
Vocabulary is
I
nice,
ain't worried
man.
about sleep. He said sleep every young. They Paul, baby.
Sleep.
You know, sleep.
No sleep.
I feel like a con.
I mean, even if I wasn't acting, I get no sleep because I'll be on my grind. But
If I wasn't rapping, baby, I would still rap.
But a pro is that it's just doing what you love. You're fulfilling your dream. You know, that's all for it. But like, only thing I can say about like in Houston, and I'm only talking about Houston. I'm a Houstonian, y'all, so don't get mad at me. But it's just like it's so hard here for the film industry.
Why?
For one, a lot
because
of
it's not
time,
the city.
Yeah, a lot of
It's not the
time
city.
the films don't have budgets, and a lot of time people are cliquish. They cast who they want to cast. They cast the same people. They pretty much it's really hard to get good work here.
Is it kind of
It's just not the
universal,
city.
What you mean?
Like the clicks,
It-
like I
it's-
started to see like certain directors or producers use the same type of actors.
That's what I said. Like it's they clickish.
But not just here.
Yeah,
You
but
know
no,
what I
but
mean? That's
no.
what they do.
Honestly though, this is just Houston. Like, I understand exactly what you're talking about. Like Houston is not like Atlanta, New York,
Yeah.
or Los
I
Angeles.
love Atlanta.
They're slow.
I love Houston. I'm so
They're-
Houston.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not bashing Houston. You know what I'm saying? Houston is like, I'm
But
from
y'all-
Houston. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Yellowstone.
Y'all
you know?
start y'all
But
own. This is y'all.
But I
this
don't want to
is-
be a
like,
clique. I want
Houston
to
is
work
just
with
not the
anybody
city,
that
you know
want to
what
work
I'm saying?
with
I
me.
get that, but
They're
that's how you
slowly
originally
trying to like
started,
build
yeah.
Houston up in the film world, but it's just not gonna be there right now. You know what I'm saying?
So one of the ways we actually are, so again, to that point, Houston is not many of the major markets, to include even Austin. Austin is the hub of, the entertainment industry for
Texas,
Texas. That's why
yeah.
I think the first,
It is.
the first
Yeah,
premiere,
it is.
the first
Yeah.
premiere, the first premiere of the movie was in Austin. The second one is in Houston. It's actually February 16th. Saturday, February 16th at 12 p.m.
At
at
Black Middle School.
Frank Black Middle School, 1575 Chantilly Lane.
Boy, you know that.
Facts.
I didn't know it was Black Middle School.
So
At 1
tickets
p.m.
are, we have tickets here. The tickets are available on the website. You can follow the link.
And we sold out Austin.
Yeah, we sold out Austin.
Yes, we
Houston,
did.
ideally,
Congratulations
we'll
on
sell
that.
out in
Thank
short
you.
order in the next before the 16th. But go back, there are a number of business reasons. There are not as many tax credits that Houston offers as Austin does. So movies it's a business, right? And so if you hire or you film your movie in Austin or in New York or in Vancouver, Canada, you get a tax credit. So whatever you spend, you'll get some rebate back. So a movie that has a $50 million budget, instead of spending the full $50 million, I get 10 of it back because I filmed it in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Or I can spend the whole
California,
50 and film it in Houston.
Yeah.
Where am I going? I'm going to Vancouver. So Houston, and that's one of the things that I think the mayor is trying to work with, is bringing those tax credits back to the city so that we can get other major motion pictures here. I mean, in terms of endearment, back in 1980 was filmed
Jason's
here.
Lyric.
Jason's Lyric
And we
was
need
filmed
it because
here.
like, they
I
don't
just
even
saw
wanna pay
that on the
us.
news the other
They
day.
don't-
They had something about the movie industry wanting to bring films to Houston.
Yeah, they're trying. It's a
Yeah,
lot
this
going
is
on
what
behind
they
the
offer a
scenes.
tax credit, so it's not as much as it
It's not
is.
as much
It's not as much,
right.
so they feel
So
like
if
it's a
I've
waste
got to
of time.
decide on a production location, I'm going where the cost benefit.
That makes sense.
Where's that?
Because that goes to show you why we don't. A lot of times when we get roles here, we don't get paid. They're not there. They don't offer
I've
pay.
noticed that too.
And that is like I have to pay for headshots. I have to pay for gas. I have to pay for this. I have to pay for that. Like this is my life. Like treat it accordingly.
So when they
You know?
don't pay, what is
Film credit, something. And then the part about that is that.
Yeah.
Even though they may offer you film credit, sometimes you don't even get your film credit. You don't get your IMDb credit. You don't get. It just happens. I've done several films that I've never seen before.
Wow.
I've never seen. It just didn't come to pass.
And again, it's a business like any other, and so you have
Right.
people who have varying levels of professionalism within that business. So someone promises the world, but they don't necessarily deliver.
That's
So-
what the contracts for.
Exactly.
Those companies,
Exactly.
really, to
more
be
so
honest.
that they hope that film in particular does well, and then they try to pay you, or
Well, no, it's not a budget. See, like that's what you're
Yeah.
saying. That's why I mentioned that.
That is
because
true.
I wanted to iterate on that. It's just because they don't have a budget
Yeah.
to pay us. So if you don't have a budget to pay, your actors, what's most important to get the film right?
Yeah,
At
that's
the
the
end of
only
the
thing they
day.
have.
I think
What-
in
what-
Houston, that's the purpose. They don't want the budget because
Well,
most people who doing films, they already have a budget. They have money.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, a lot of people may say, oh, I have a story and they want to tell a story, and then their job, I believe the best way to go about it is if you have a story that you want to put out there, you should have all your ducks in a row.
Yeah.
If you're going to have investors, make sure you have all that stuff in place and ready to launch and go before you start incorporating people and utilizing their time and they want to give you their best. But if you want the best, take care of the best.
Or don't
That's
pay.
all I was saying.
Don't pay Jane and Joe, but but not pay me because you don't feel like I have a name yet. What's that about?
Yeah.
It's just about and that's the pro of it. You can have you have great opportunities out here. And the pro of it is, yes, you can get the notoriety, you can be seen, and you can do the movie. And, you know, like, I believe that Houston is going to the place where it will get to as film will just come through like it is in Atlanta and stuff like that. It's just at a slower pace here. But, there's a lot of pros to it. You can just, the networking of it, meeting people. That's why you have to rub shoulders. You have to remain open. You have to meet people and you have to talk. Because you don't know what can get you to the next big break. You don't know who can introduce you.
It's a relationship. It's a relationship business.
It's a relationship building. And I would say another thing is you have to be smart. You have to think. Because if I work with you and it was not a good thing, I'm not gonna mess up my name or my brand just because you didn't do right.
Exactly.
I'm gonna learn who to work with and who not to work with. And you have to protect your brand. You cannot jump on everybody's thing just because somebody got a camera and say, oh, I'm doing the movie, I'm doing the film. You better research them too. Just because they say. Just because you're an actor does not mean that you don't have a part to do too.
Yeah, a lot of people look at it hard though. Like,
yeah, but I'm like that. I'm funny about who I work with. I'm funny about what I do. When you tell me all I want to do is I want you to be on it, I'm looking you up. I want to know your credentials. I want to see what you put out there because I'm not going to be on no trash.
Yeah, that's facts.
Because you're not going to tarnish me. I'm about getting there and doing quality work.
We definitely appreciate you guys for coming here.
Thank you.
That says a lot.
For inviting us. Thank you.
I had a brain